learn to see in the dark, Captain.
Alright, so this week's ship updates, actually nothing really. There's just a couple of little pieces of information about something coming to CitizenCon that you guys can look forward to, theoretically. First off, on Instagram, we got a picture of this. This is, of course, the hood cowling from the dragonfly with, a special little added blurb also saying tickets closed tonight, CitizenCon. So I guess there's going to be something Drake at CitizenCon. Then we also got this image of a rather large crate with the Drake logo on it. So I'm kind of guessing, and other people have guessed the same thing, that there's probably going to be a life-size dragonfly at CitizenCon for all of you to enjoy. And that was just about it for ship updates. Now, also on ATV, they were dealing with the subject. They were talking about illumination improvements because, people can collide with asteroids, especially in the dark. They can't clearly see them, and so they were looking at changing environmental lighting effects, that sort of thing. We've been down this road before. I think I've discussed this possibly once or twice on this channel, the problem of being able to see, land your ship, do things in the dark. Kind of difficult at times. And at one point, Aaron Roberts did touch on this subject, I believe during an RTV, where he said that they were possibly looking at some environmental lighting effects that could partially solve this issue. Things along that nature, but we hadn't heard anything up until now when they showed us once again in ATV. Some of the things that they were tweaking and experimenting with, some possible ways to solve this problem. Well, being someone who likes to contribute, someone who likes to help, I felt that I would throw in an idea. An idea that, we've discussed once or twice in the past, but I never really put that much research into it, never really put that much effort into it. So I decided this afternoon that I would throw a little extra time into it. So I spent all of 10 minutes researching this idea, and I would like to present it to you now. So how do you enable players to see in low light conditions? Well, first off, has this ever been done before? Is this even possible? Turns out, surprisingly enough, it has been done before, and has in fact been done for quite some time. This exists in other games, of course, and it's something that artists can use to enhance a player's capabilities in dark environments while still maintaining the atmosphere, the mood that they want to create. They can tie that function to a piece of equipment that the player can carry. So it's not simply always a universal solution. They can make it something that you can toggle on and off, use or not use, equip or not equip. They can make it entirely optional. They can still preserve the environments and the atmosphere that they want to create while still enabling the player to operate effectively within that environment. So with 2 minutes of my research time used up, I decided to see if there were any real-world examples of this miracle technology in use. I mean, was this just some sci-fi thing from video games? Turns out, in fact, no, it isn't. This is something that is currently used today. Remember, Star Citizen takes place 1,000 years from now. And this is something that 1,000 years in the past, in that universe, human beings would have been using. So it's not exactly a new technology and not exactly something that you would think is beyond them at that point 1,000 years from now. It probably would be even slightly improved over time. So with about 4 minutes of my research time used up, I decided to answer the big question, which is how long would it take to develop and implement this feature within Star Citizen? Clearly, they're already experimenting with all kinds of different ways to possibly change the lighting. They're looking at all kinds of different options to kind of highlight the edges of asteroids and objects to better make them visible to the players. I mean, obviously they're spending a considerable amount of time and effort researching the possible solutions to this problem. Well, within the next 5 minutes of my research, I actually found that there is one. You see, Star Citizen is built using the Lumberyard game engine. The Lumberyard game engine, of course, from Amazon. And oddly enough, the documentation is available online. And with only a few minutes of searching through it, I actually found something. It's a feature that's already built into the game engine. It is literally something that you can switch on and off, that you can tie to a piece of equipment. So, no development time really needed. So, 10 minutes in, we have a problem. We have a legitimate way to solve that problem. That requires no development time because it's already built into the tool that you are currently using. Not only that, you can tie this solution to various pieces of equipment that the players can purchase in-game, so they can make that choice. They can go with the natural environment, or they can go with devices that help enable them within that environment, making their life a little bit easier. And because this is something that exists already in the real world, it's something that's believable, something that players can relate to, something that they will really, see as being familiar and not out of place or far-fetched within the sci-fi universe that you're trying to create. So the answer to your problem is in fact already there. It adds depth of gameplay, it gives players choices, the choice to equip or not equip, the choice to purchase this piece of equipment or not to. Then it can add to the atmosphere that you're trying to create. It's obviously something that players accept in other video games and they enjoy. So, why not? When the time that's needed to develop game features is already at a premium, why not simply pick up the solution that's staring you right in the face and requires no time to implement, something that you can implement almost immediately? And you can even give players the choice to opt in or opt out of that solution if they so choose. In all honesty, I think that a system like this, it adds depth of gameplay and it adds atmosphere. So and the fact that it's already there, to me it's just a win-win. So I don't understand so much why so much development time is being spent on trying to find ways to tweak the atmospherics to possibly allow for a little bit of extra vision when you have the solution to your problem staring you right in the face. Anyways, that's the show for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. See you Monday.
Thank you for watching. So if you want to keep up with the latest and greatest in Star Citizen and Squadron 42's development, please follow us on our social media channels. See you soon.